Thoughts from the trail. I'm Scott Anderson.
我不得不改变计划 means I had no choice but to change the plan, and that is in Chinese. 不得不 means I had no choice, or to have no choice. And it makes me think of a couple things. It reminds me of an episode from a television show, The Office, where Michael and Dwight were going out and trying to win back clients and taking gift baskets to former clients to try to win them back. And at one point, the GPS in Michael's car told him to turn right, which would have basically was on a ramp that goes down into a lake. And Dwight was saying, no, don't do it. And Michael was saying, no, it's telling me to go this way. And you can watch the scene here.
That is a very good point, Dwight.
Make a right turn.
Wait, no. It means bear right.
No,
Up there.
it said right. It said take a right.
No, look. It means go up to the right, bear right, over the bridge, and hook up with 307.
Make a right
Maybe it's
turn.
a shortcut, Dwight. It said go to the right.
It can't mean that. There's a lake there. It knows where it is going. The machine knows. Stop yelling at me. No, it's up here. There's no room here. Remain calm. I have trained for this.
So Michael was taking direction from his GPS and living by that, saying, I've got to do what it says. And sometimes in our own lives, we do the same thing. We go down a path, maybe we set out to have a goal, or we're in a habit of doing something, and it just becomes to the point where we think we don't have any choice but to do that. Even if we've started a plan, and it seems like it's a worthy goal, but it's not going the way we would like it to, sometimes we continue to go down that path, even though we know it's probably going to lead to a dead end. This happens a lot of times in relationships. It happens on projects. Happens even in fun. It doesn't always have to be serious things. So, 我不得不改变计划. I had no choice but to change the plan. I think several things. One, that reminds us that we can change plans, but to say we have no choice but to change plans, and this just rubs me a little bit the wrong way, although it's a technicality, is we always have choice. Sometimes we choose to not change plans and it just goes to the dead end that we spoke about earlier. Sometimes we choose to change the plans and it ends up being marvelous. But to say you don't have any choice is not actually correct unless you look at it in this context. And the context is, in order for me to be successful, I had to change the plans. So while the phrase 不得不 means I had no choice or to have no choice, in the context of achieving success, we always have a choice. And in fact, we should constantly be monitoring our success and making decisions as to whether we should be changing plans. Anyhow, that's what I'm thinking about this bright sunny morning. I invite you to think about, do you get stuck in going down the original plan and not adapting and being afraid to change? Do you ever recognize that you're at a point where you absolutely have to change, to where maybe you would say, 不得不, I have no choice but to change plans? I invite you to think about situations and patterns in your life, and to whether you stick to a plan even though you know it's crashing and burning, whether you're able to adapt, and whether you find yourself in a position of saying, because I want to be successful, I have no choice but to change my plans. Anyhow, I invite you to think about that today. It's what I'm thinking about this beautiful morning here out on the trail and at the lake. And I'm going to conclude by saying, I'll see you next time on the trail.